Hello. So I'm Kuria Karime, and in a couple of days' time, I'll be attending the COP28 that will be held in Dubai, and I'll be part of the 4-person delegation representing IPPNW, that is the International Physicians for the Prevention of Nuclear War. And so to speak, I kind of trying to share some of the experiences that I have been getting as I prepare and trying to engage with the topic, trying to engage with what has been done. So today I was going through the UN Climate Change Quarterly Report, that is a Q3 2023 quarter report, as we in the run up towards the COP28. And I am happy to share some of the things that, let's say, seem important, or at least some of the things that I have picked up from this particular document. So in the last couple of months, global stocktake and urgency for action has been going on, and the report emphasizes on the urgency for ambitious global action. COP28's global stocktake is sort of our guiding compass in assessing commitments and guiding future action. As it were, despite all the years of work and all the years of discussion, global warming is still, I'd say it's still not set to meet the target of less than 1.5 degrees Celsius in global temperature rise, and immediate action is needed. So to start off the discussion on the Q3 report in the run-up towards COP28, so on the topic of adaptation and resilience, the report clearly highlights the importance of workshops under the GGA, or Global Goals on Adaptation framework, and COP28 discussions will focus on this particular framework, and especially when you come to the topic of, at least the discussion on what are termed as LDCs, or least developed countries, of which, coming from Kenya, I would imagine we are sort of ranked in this particular group of countries. So such workshops where local groups or indigenous communities participating or working on projects that are sort of geared towards making systems robust and increasing, let's say, adaptability and reducing vulnerability to climate disasters will be crucial. The report also focuses on loss and damage, and in particular this discussion in COP28, a focus must be there on changing, or at least reorganizing, the funding arrangements that have been sort of promised in the past. We have not been able to meet the yearly promises that had been made of $100 billion for climate mitigation, and moving into the future, clearly that didn't work. So for those coming from LDCs who will be at COP, definitely engaging in the discussions of sort of enhancing efforts in addressing the minimization of loss and damage, especially towards the effects of climate change, is going to be important. On the topic of greenhouse gas emissions and just energy transition, and when I hear the words just energy transition, I sort of imagine this is a mammoth of a topic on its own that may need an explainer video just to try and make sense what it actually means. So COP28 seems to try to attempt to sort of accelerate the process of just energy transition, and I would like to see how such discussions are going to go and what it will mean after COP28. Coming from Kenya, which is a leader in renewable energy, and with a pinch of salt, as renewable as it is, it tends to be quite unreliable. Again, I ask the question, what does a just energy transition really mean? And now on to regional collaboration and climate weeks. So this are a powerful tool towards sort of getting regional sort of combined or joint action. And this should not just end at meeting and discussing big words. People should be held accountable to promises and sort of adhere to. When it comes to finance and technology, discussions on financing just pathways are vital, and discussions on emphasizing on commitment to capacity buildings should be a main focus for this COP28. In conclusion, as young African leaders, and for me as a young doctor from the region, we should be looking forward to offering a unique perspective to the situation back home, the situation of what we're experiencing back home. And I am looking forward to sharing experiences and building networks for global collaboration. Together, we can actually make a difference. And like for COP28, we should strive to make sure that this becomes a turning point for us to actually create a sustainable future, a sustainable, peaceful future. As a disclaimer, I do see the paradox. I do see the irony of holding such a meeting in an oil-rich nation, a nation that has built its wealth upon digging up fossil fuels. But that notwithstanding, we should ensure that like the right things are done, the right choices are made, and even as we head back home to our own countries, pushing our governments and pushing for policies that actually make sense, enhancing projects for native communities and indigenous communities, so to speak, enhancing projects that actually are inclusive, projects that take into account that the people who are directly affected must and should be involved in whatever that is going to be done to mitigate and avert the worst of the climate crisis.